Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Marvel Contest of Champions. And I'm really going to have to start picking up the pace on this walkthrough for the Moon Knight series. Because it's going away in 7 days. It's going away. I don't... This is the problem that I have with work. This is part 5 to the series. But the problem I have with work is I could be doing this stuff while I'm working. I could be playing these missions while I'm working. But I'm doing the walkthroughs now, and it's like, well, I can't really do it while I'm working because then I can't record it. But let's jump into it and we'll see how far we can get in this. I'll mix up the team a little bit here. I don't want to take in the same people every single time. I haven't taken Superior Iron Man into anything yet. Who do we take? I've taken Iron Fist, I've taken Black Widow, I've taken Colossus and the stuff, Ultron, Yellow Jacket. Storm's a good one to take in that I don't think we've done yet. Black Suit Spider-Man will probably be another time. Actually, I think I have taken Storm in because I've taken Storm in with Black Panther. So let's do Magneto, Punisher, Star-Lord I've done, Drax maybe, I don't, why are there so many? Let's do Drax and Hulkbuster. It's a couple of champions that a lot of people don't seem to like so much as Magneto and Hulkbuster, so I'm going to take them in, and we'll kind of discuss them a little bit too. I don't know why anyone doesn't like characters in this game. Period. Oh, yeah, that's the Summoner. You got space on that team of yours? I'm looking. I'll even wear the jersey. Though we should rap about your color choice. I just don't want to go back into the crystal. It sucks. There's no snacks, no video games, and the collector only watches black and white TV. Seriously, think about it. I have so many powers. I'll even eat the gray ISO that no one likes. It can't even stain this costume. The more that I get into this series, the more that I enjoy the dialogue that comes from X-Force Deadpool more and more. That's the kind of stuff that they need to stick in this game. Okay, and it's going to put us with Magneto first, so let's go ahead and do that. A lot of people don't like Magneto because of the way that he fights, and you'll see it in this a little bit. I'm sure that these matchups are going to be a little bit harder than previously in the other episodes, or at least I would think. Yeah, he's getting hits off on me. He's got this mechanic feel to him when he fights, just like Hulkbuster does. People say that Hulkbuster's slow. I'm sure that that's the same thing with Magneto, that they're slow with their movements. But it's the same with any of the other champions in the game. Once you land a punch, your streak's going to still continue up to 5. So you've got your 5 swipe out, swipe back in until you get your next 5 in. He's not a bad champion. Neither of them are. Number 1, Magneto, especially with his L1 ability, it bleeds like crazy. It's always going to hit for 1 bleed. We should have really brought in a science champion. It's gonna. Let's do him again. It's gonna bleed at least 1 time, or at least it does for me. I always get at least 1 bleed off of it. Sometimes I get 2 bleeds off of it. That's pretty awesome considering he doesn't have an ability that makes people bleed right off the bat. And his level 2 is absolutely amazing against characters like regular Deadpool, or against people like Ultron, and and that the crazy stupid abilities that they added to the game, where in the arenas and people have like the liquid courage and the willpower and all that other junk that makes them like super hard to beat because they're like regenning the whole match. Magneto absolutely destroys those people if you hit them with an L2 attack because it's got a heal block. It allows enough of a window from the healing for you just to demolish the other person because it's a heal block. It doesn't take away the fact that those people are taking damage, because they're still going to take damage. They're just not getting healed for it. So you you hit him with the L2. It's not the easiest move to hit. His move, I kind of akin to Storm. Storm is not the easiest person to hit a level 1 or level 2 attack with. It's touch and go. But if you hit that L2 on one of those people that have that ridiculous buffed healing factor junk on them during the arenas, they're not going to heal anymore. It's not going to happen. And usually the time that the heal block is on is sufficient enough to almost knock them out, because they're taking so much damage from the other buffs that they put on themselves just so that they can have those negative buffs on them to get the healing properties off of the other abilities that they have. So I absolutely loved that during the Moon Knight arena whenever I would have to go up against people like that. And then I found out that Magneto completely destroys them, and I just sit and laugh about it. So yeah, there's that. Oh, what in the world did I do? Oh, why didn't I see? I thought I had brought in a Mystic, but I didn't. Just facepalm, man. Complete facepalm. I brought in 2 Cosmics. Who does that? I do, apparently. It's late, and I've worked 25 hours in the past 48. I don't know what I'm doing from now. I really don't. I've made 2 videos tonight already, and it's still going because I need to get this this series done on these. I really need to get this stuff finished. Obviously, I'm going to be prone to making mistakes. And see, that's one of the big things that I like about Superior Iron Man right there, even though he just got totally wasted by Superior Iron Man. Whenever he gets to a certain point on health, his regeneration picks up and his armor buff picks up. So if you have a high enough rank Superior Iron Man, he's a good champion to have. Plus, he's one of the coolest Iron Man suits in the game. I really kind of put him and War Machine up there on a pedestal as some of the best Iron Man suits in the game. Iron Patriot, okay. Iron Man, he's nothing new. You're used to Iron Man. It's a suit. You see it all the time. Not a big deal. Hulkbuster. Everybody got really excited about Hulkbuster because of the Avengers movie. And then, you watched the Avengers movie and it really wasn't as great as what you thought it was going to be. But, whatever. It's just the way it is, See, watch here. See, bleed. Bleed. And a massive bleed, too. It's not even like a little bit of bleed. It's 92 points. And it's probably 92 points because he was an advantage class over top of Daredevil. But, it's whatever. I gotta mix things up and put a Mystic in here next round. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I forgot to put another class in there. I always take different classes. I never like to roll with the same class. Never. There we go. Hulk Buster. And that's a lot of people. This is another one, just like Magneto. A lot of people don't like Hulkbuster because of the fact that his moves are mechanic. They're slow. They're like robotic. But what do you expect? He is he's a robot. You know, he's like not like a robot, but he's a robotic suit. So you get what you get. See, it's not that bad. They're not that slow. It's just, and he hits like a train, man, like running into a brick wall. Come on, I like him, and his level 1 attack probably isn't the best in the world, but his level 2 attack is pretty awesome, adding up to like 3 stacks of armor break, or at least mine does. Mine adds up to like 3 stacks of armor break on it, which helps you demolish your opponents even faster. I mean, if you can get a hit off on them. Man, I really needed that mystic. I really needed a mystic, and I really needed a science for this path. It probably would be good to research the paths that I go on from here on out. I don't even know if there's been extra dialogue. Has there been extra dialogue and I've skipped it like I normally do? Whew. I need sleep. Sleep, people. I need sleep. Probably going to get some sleep here in just a little bit. It's only, well, it's midnight. The last time I looked at the clock, I was going to say, well, it's only like 10 o'clock. And that's that's the last time I looked at the clock. It was like 10 o'clock, and then you start making videos, and then it's like, what? 2 hours later, it's midnight. It's midnight, and you worked a 14-hour shift yesterday, an 11-hour shift today, and you are losing your mind. You're absolutely losing my mind, it feels like. But I get to talk to you guys. And there are so many comments pouring in since the first video that I posted tonight. I absolutely love it, guys. I love conversating with you guys on here. I know if the channel keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, it's going to be a lot harder to keep track of the comments and things of that nature. But I do, don't think that I don't read all of your comments. I actually do take the time to look at the comments, and I read them all. I may not reply to them all. I try to give a thumbs up to just about everyone unless they're nasty, and there's obviously quite a few nasty people on on YouTube, but you know, it is what it is. This is the real world. You take the good with the bad, and there you have the facts of life. Oh, yeah. A bit slap happy this evening, but I do read all of your comments. I do, and there are some people that post comments that I would absolutely love to respond to when they ask questions, but for some reason underneath your name there is no reply button, guys. I don't know what the deal is with that. Don't think that I'm just ignoring you. I will give you a thumbs up if it's a good question. All right, here is some dialogue. Well, if it ain't the disappointing duo themselves. That's Wolverine, guys. Who let you two jokers out of the comedy club? Pretty clever, Wolvie. Did you have time to come up with that one the last time Magneto ripped your whole skeleton out? Or was it during one of your many, many woe is me moments over? What is it you're crying about these days? Gene? Maple syrup prices? Because he's Canadian, guys. It's because Wolverine's Canadian and they like maple syrup. At least I guess they do. I don't know. I like maple syrup. I'm not Canadian. Just saying. Not discriminating there, guys. Sorry, Canadian people. Look, Mooney, my alliance leader. Dude, savage. That's it. Come here, big head. Uh-oh, Summoner. Protect me. Deadpool always writing checks that his butt can't cash. But we're gonna demolish Wolverine. Care how much of a healing factor he has. It's going down. But yeah, like I was saying with the comments, I don't know what the deal is, but some people's names, whenever you comment, it just doesn't have a reply button under it, or I would reply to some of the questions that you guys are asking. I don't have a problem with answering questions, um, and like I said, there are nasty people on YouTube who like to talk trash and say mean things for reasons. It's whatever. I've got used to that over the years. You get used to bullies, and it's kind of like what Super Gaming Family did with their video. I really don't care. I used to have a motto in high school that anything that people would say about me really didn't bother me, because there's not a lot that they could say that I haven't already said about myself. Not too bad on the rewards there for running through that the first time. Yeah, there's not too many things that people can say about me that I haven't already said about myself. I I'm pretty big on using humor a lot, and sarcastic humor, and making jokes and quips and things of that nature in real life. And I'm usually the biggest target that I have. I will make fun of myself more than anyone else could ever make fun of me. And that's just the type of person that I am, because I don't have a problem with it. I don't see the problem with it. Um, I really don't. I think if you can make fun of yourself, then it's a better thing, because you actually, let's throw Juggernaut in there. That's another champion that people don't really like for some reason. If you can make fun of yourself, then I guess you're doing pretty good. Because if you make fun of yourself, then you feel adequate. You feel adequate with yourself. And that's just kind of the way I feel. I'm not ashamed of who I am. I am who I am, and that's a good thing. As long as you're happy with yourself, then you shouldn't have anything to worry about with anyone else. I've also found a lot of times that the people that do like to pick and make fun of other people, just to be nasty about it and be mean about it, they're the ones that really have the problems with themselves anyway. It's not anything that has to do with any of you guys and anything of that nature. It's just that person. They have issues, not you. Don't ever let someone talking nasty to you or being mean to you get to you, because that's what they want ultimately. They want that kind of rise out of you. And if you give it to them, then they've won. They have absolutely won the battle. And I know it's hard. It's not easy. It's not something that anybody should have to deal with, period, anyway. Just trying to look and see where we're supposed to go. It's not something that people should have to deal with. But the thing with life is that there's always going to be mean and nasty people out there. Always. You can't get away from it. But if you can learn to jest and just smile, it's going to do a lot more damage than letting them think they've won the battle. Because if you can take anything that a bully does to you in stride, you're the one that's ultimately won, not them. So that's kind of why I do agree with the video that Super Gaming Family did. And in a way, I don't agree with it ultimately in the end, because you can have as many public service announcements or PSAs that you want to on the ramifications of bullying and how it hurts people, but it's never going to fix the issue. It's never going to. This is an issue that's never going to be fixed because of the simple fact that there are nasty people. Looks like the path divides up ahead. Spider sense tingling. Bad dudes down the left. We should probably avoid it. Spotty, Spotty, Spotty. Can I call you Spotty? Spotty. Have you ever played a video game before? That means they have better stuff. Stuff that I mean, the summoner needs. This isn't a video game. Then why can I see an experience bar and a stamina meter? Tell me when you see the nearest warp pipe out of here then. Super Mario reference. I love Deadpool. But yeah, ultimately that's the thing with bullies and bullying. It's never going to go away. Never. There's never going to be peace in the world, period. There's always going to be people fighting. There's always going to be people who believe the way that they believe, and there's no turning them away from that. Now, back to the game. Punisher is an awesome champion to have. I know, like, he's a very hard champion to get in a 4-star, period. I'm completely, absolutely lucky to have a duplicate 4-star Punisher. That's not something that money can buy. That's not something that you can open a ton of crystals and actually get. You've seen the people on YouTube doing the arena crystals and never getting a Punisher. Like i.e., Super Gaming Family. That dude's been looking for it forever and can't find it. It's just something you luck into for some reason. And for some reason, I got him twice. And that's the best time. That's the best way to have him. Punisher is a good champion for his bleed ability, for off of his L1 attack. His L2 attack is pretty devastating, and his L3 does a massive amount of damage along with throwing a bleed on too. But whenever he becomes awakened, that's when he becomes like a pivotal champion in your arsenal because of his endurability. Endure is absolutely insane sometimes. You can think you've lost a match, no health whatsoever, but if you have an awakened Punisher and he hits his endure on the last move, then you're staying in the fight. And that's pretty awesome in my opinion. I love it. I have been in so many fights with Punisher, with my Punisher, and thinking that I have just absolutely teetotally lost the match, and it just pops up on the screen in orange lettering, endure, 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 over and over, and it's like, wow, oh my god. And it's like, then you have the opportunity and the chance to actually get back in the fight. You're not going to gain any health from it. That's, that it is what it is. And one attack after that, even if it's blocked or not, could potentially like ruin you. But it's that last desperation, kind of last ditch hope to hang on in a match, especially if it's a really close match and you thought you had it, but oh no, they hit a final move on you and I'm down. But you've got Punisher and he's duplicated, and it doesn't happen. Hopefully these get a little bit like these are lasting a lot longer than the last ones. I've went through 2 legs of it right now, and I'm almost at 25 minutes into the video. So these fights are obviously taking a little bit longer. The paths are a little bit longer. I have to break into my energy refills a little bit longer. But hopefully the matches start getting a little bit more intensive the further along that we get in this before we hit the end of the series. And I'll be able to actually show off some of the, level 2 or level 1, 2, and 3 attacks that these champions do have. because I know that's probably something that a lot of people may want to take a look at and see what what the best things are. Juggernaut is a champion that I wasn't the most keen on playing with, but this is right there. Whenever he hits any of his attacks, L1, 2, or 3, as soon as he lands that attack, hits them or not, he goes into his unstoppable ability. The reason that I didn't like playing with Juggernaut so much previously was because the unstoppable was really unpredictable. You didn't know when it was going to happen. You didn't know where it was coming from. And I absolutely hated fighting Juggernaut duplicated in any form or fashion before they did the update and made it more predictable. It's the same thing with Unstoppable Colossus as well. He also has the unstoppable ability. Obviously, he's Unstoppable Colossus, but I couldn't stand it. Couldn't stand like being mid like series of throwing punches out. Like in the mid five move series, like this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Being in the middle of that and not that's Punisher's. I'll jump around a lot, guys. Sorry. Punisher's Fury is pretty awesome too. Throwing that out there. His Fury is pretty awesome, especially if you have some of the points in the Fury option in the Mastery section. What was I saying? I was talking about something. I jump around and then I lose my train of thought. Way to go, like Juggernaut. Yeah, Juggernaut. And being in mid-series fight with Juggernaut and not being able to predict when you were going to get hit with that unstoppable. You could be mid combo moveset with him, and then all of a sudden unstoppable pops up or whatever, and he might hit you with an L1 or L2 because you're in mid combo, and it completely royally messes everything up. That's one thing that I couldn't stand. I absolutely could not stand that. It was frustrating. Very, very frustrating. To me, at least. So, whenever they did the update where they made him only hit him and, Juggernaut and Unstoppable Colossus, whenever they did the update that they made it that their Unstoppables only hit during their special attacks, that's when they became more appealing to me. Because at that point, I know when my opponent is going to get unstoppable, and I also know when I'm going to get unstoppable too, so that I can actually use it to my advantage more often. But I think that's going to be it, guys, for this one. Part 5, Waning Moon Walk Through. We hit up 2 legs of... Well, hurry up, I don't know what the name of that one is. Stinky loading screen. Get to it. 2 legs of Chapter 2, Aggravator, Section 1, Provoker. It actually looks like we get to fight our first Moon Knight in the next one too. So that's going to be pretty awesome. I've heard he's pretty difficult to play against in this thing. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's going to be it for this video. We're almost on 30 minutes and only went through 2 legs of that. This is going to get finished. This is absolutely going to get finished before that 7 days is up. Doesn't matter what it takes. I'm getting it done. Even if I got to pre-record and then, upload, later after the thing goes away. We'll do that. It's whatever. It's whatever. But remember, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe. Also, check out my Facebook. You can see it on the channel, on the dashboard channel. It's there at the top. A little Facebook thing. Check it out. I put updates on there for the... I post the videos on there whenever I do them, so you can get updates whenever I get that. If if you're not constantly checking your YouTube or getting notifications from that, if you want to be notified whenever my videos go up, I'll post them on my Facebook page, and you'll get a notification from that. Also, like today, I posted while I was at work saying that tonight I would be doing the Black Suit Spider-Man rank up. I'll post little updates and stuff on there as things go by. If I start finding some little funny gamer like memes or whatever, I might start throwing those up on there. But just head on over, give it a like if you want to check it out. If not, no big deal. But I appreciate you guys. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and catch you in the next one, guys.